the Wild West, at a lonely rural town, Red Doc, a man that claims he can take on anyone and anything, arrives in town looking for more booze and more actions and announces himself in the bar. "The barking dog never bites, my child. Better learn it." As he drinks from the bar, a prostitute comes downstairs and introduces herself to him as Madame Lorraine, soliciting herself to him after hearing his claim. He accepts, and one of the bar's other brothel girls looks at them with grave concern as they head back upstairs. Red makes himself comfortable while Lorraine makes herself decent, and as when she lures him into a false sense of seductivity, she shoots him dead, takes his money, and has two of her henchmen dispose of the body. Seems like they have had a good amount of practice doing that for some time now. The next day, Jonah Hex arrives in town, looking to pick up a $5,000 bounty on Red. The townsfolk turn their eye on him as he goes through the deserted land. After taking on a young man who taunts him, Jonah heads into the bar to get whatever information he can from the bartender. The bartender claims to have never seen Red, and as he walks away, the same bar girl comes by to say otherwise. After promising her enough money to leave town, the girl explains all he needs to know is Madame Lorraine, who preys on wealthy men that nobody ever sees again after being invited upstairs. Hex lives up to his end of the bargain and buys drinks for the entire saloon to lure Lorraine's attention downstairs and joins her upstairs. Just as he thought, Madame Lorraine comes downstairs and invites the big boy for some party time upstairs, if only he could afford it. Lorraine tells him to get comfortable while she undresses herself so she can shoot him dead just like always. However, Hex manages to avoid her shot and knocks her out, then proceeds to kill her henchmen who come at him, one shooting at him and another wielding an axe in his face. Hex breaks down the door and steps out of it, only to be shot at by the bartender, whom he proceeds to kill. Hex announces to everybody that drinks are on the house, to the joy of everyone. He then demands Lorraine tell him where Red is. Lorraine takes him to an old mine and shows him a dark hole that leads to a cave in the lower shaft. Hex and Lorraine journey down, and it is revealed that she has killed at least 15 men. Grabbing a knife, Lorraine tries once more to kill Hex, who punches her and secures Red's body. Lorraine comes to just as Hex has reached the top, kicking down the rope. Lorraine first pleads that they can be partners, then tells Hex he can't leave her. Hex says she has plenty of companions, then departs. Lorraine trembles as she stares at the dead bodies, the only lamp in the shaft slowly going out, leaving her trapped in the dark. The Spectre. In the flourishing Hollywood Hills, Foster Brenner, a successful film producer, is greeted by his butler as he wakes up in the morning for his swim. Unfortunately, just as he dives into his pool, he is killed by a bomb hidden underneath the diving board of his swimming pool. Los Angeles Police Department Detective Jim Corrigan, who is having a relationship with Brenner's daughter Amy, starts investigating, despite the case having been assigned to another officer, much to the annoyance of the other detective, but to the great relief of Amy, who runs into his arms. Jim interviews Fleming, Brenner's butler, who shows him security footage of two men in ski masks entering the complex and placing the bomb. Jim asks if Brenner had any enemies, and Fleming tells Corrigan that several of Brenner's long-term collaborators were not included in his latest pictures and were very unhappy about it. That evening, at a special effects warehouse, Drew Flynn is working late into the night to catch up on some delayed work. Out of the blue, he gets creeped up by noises in the dark corners and the animal figures coming to life. He is then confronted by the late Foster Brenner, who accuses him of his murder. Brenner transforms into the Spectre, who uses his powers to animate the models and animatronic movie monsters to attack Flynn, one of many Spectre's powers other than shapeshifting. Flynn runs away from the warehouse, only to meet his end at the hands of a gigantic gorilla robot. The next day, Corrigan is called into his boss's office as the chief inspector yells at him for interfering with the Brenner case in which he is not assigned to, but Jim just laughs it off. Next on the hit list is Peter McCoy, who attempts to escape town with a suitcase full of money. The Spectre appears to him while he is driving down the highway and takes control of his car and forces it to crash. McCoy survives, only to watch his car repair itself, run him down, and crush him into a pulp at the end. Jim arrives at Amy's house undetected by phasing through the wall while Amy puts on her lipstick. Amy then kisses him and suggests they run away together, but he knows it was she who gave the access codes to her father's estate to Flynn and McCoy. He opens up a nearby briefcase, which is full of her father's money. Amy attempts to reason with Jim while rummaging for a revolver hidden in the desk. Amy gets it and aims her gun at Jim, and says she could have given him the world. Jim answers, "I left this world a long time ago." Amy fires multiple times, but the bullets pass right through Jim as he transforms into Spectre. Amy attempts to flee, but the Spectre engulfs her in a tornado of money. The money cuts at her flesh and becomes covered in her blood. The tornado dissipates, and Amy is dead, killed by her father's money. Jim calmly walks away as the police arrive. He walks through them, and they cannot see him. Jim says that it is his job to root out evil, that he is justice, that he is the Spectre. Someplace to the East Coast, a young couple is sitting in their car in a hillside outside of the city as an apparent meteor streaks across the sky and smashes into the couple's car. It is revealed that the meteorite is actually Black Adam, returning to Earth after a long exile. 5,000 years spent away and home at last. Superman Shazam, the return of Black Adam. Young Billy Batson, living in a rundown slum, gets up at 8 a.m. in the morning. He gets out of bed wearing a t-shirt with the Superman crest. He goes to the kitchen to find food, but discovers he only has potato chips and spare bread. He feeds the chips to the rats living in his space and walks out of the building. Although he has almost nothing, the young lad is rather joyful. While he is walking through the streets, he sees some bullies mugging a homeless man. After attempting to defend the man by calling out the bullies to let him go, Billy himself receives a black eye. The homeless man thanks Billy for his intervention, calling him the captain. Billy tells him that he always tries to do the right thing. Billy gives him the thing of value he has, a subway token. That's all he has. At the diner, Clark Kent buys the boy 3 breakfasts and tells him he wants to write a story to bring his plight and those in the same situation to public light. While gulping down the delicious food, he tells Mr. Kent that he tries to be good no matter what. As the conversation continues, neither notice that Black Adam has appeared, hovering outside the diner. He claps his hands together, blowing a hole in the side of the diner. Clark attempts to protect the boy, but a blow from Black Adam sends him crashing through several walls. He emerges from beneath the rubble and quickly transforms into Superman. Adam stalks young Billy through the streets, expressing his surprise at the wizard's choice for the next Marvel, but Billy has no idea what he means. Billy runs into the street, and everyone around him are watching Black Adam's fiasco unfolding like a movie. Black Adam picks up a fire engine to smash Billy, but Superman intervenes and blocks the blow. While Billy makes good his escape, Superman gets a blast of electricity from Black Adam. After recovering, he realizes Adam's powers are magically based, and he is vulnerable. This vulnerability puts Superman and Adam at an equal footing. Black Adam uses magic to his advantage, but Superman responds with a power that the magical being doesn't have, aka heat vision. After briefly getting Superman out of the way by crushing him down with the Washington Monument, Black Adam continues his pursuit of Billy. Billy makes a run for it with everything he has and heads into the subway, again encountering the homeless man he helped earlier. The man gives him a subway token, telling him he would be paid back. Billy runs out onto the tracks, with Black Adam still in pursuit. Billy is caught on the tracks when a train apparently runs Billy over, causing Adam to leave. Billy awakens to find he's in an empty subway car. The token begins to glow, and it begins to crackle with lightning. In the lightning, Billy sees flashes of his life, his parents' headstone, and his orphanage, all of that depicted in the lightning train. The train stops and opens the doors for Billy. He gets off of the subway car, but finds himself in a gigantic cave with statues of the 7 deadly sins. Billy finds his way to the wizard Shazam, who tells the boy that he is the next chosen one. He explains that Black Adam had been his champion 5,000 years ago, but Adam had used his power for personal gain and corrupted the gift. He was then banished to the farthest star in the sky, and now Adam has returned, seeking vengeance after 5,000 years. Billy doesn't want to become a powerful wizard, but that's exactly why he's the chosen one. The wizard then causes a cave-in. telling him that he wishes to atone for the mistake of creating Black Adam, but tells Billy that should he need him, he is only to speak the wizard's name. Billy narrowly escapes the cave as it collapses. Outside, the battle rages between Superman and Black Adam. Superman is barely able to hold his own against the magic used. Superman is again knocked unconscious. Billy confronts Black Adam and defiantly tells Adam to leave Superman alone. He tries to hit and amuse Black Adam. Billy anxiously shouts to the wizard asking for help, and in that instance, lightning strikes him and turns Billy into Captain Marvel. He quickly counters Adam's attacks with his newfound abilities. Billy only has a few minutes to discover his powers with speed, strength, and flight. He also discovers that randomly saying the wizard's name takes the powers away as quickly. Lucky he didn't get himself killed discovering that. A recovered Superman is unsure of what to make of this new superhuman, but they soon discover they are on the same side. Black Adam resorts to destroying a dam which threatens to flood Fawcett City. When Captain Marvel confronts him, Adam says it is to divide and conquer. Landing back on the streets, Black Adam stops a passing car, removing its female driver to hold as a hostage. He tells Billy he must surrender himself in his mortal form and he will release the woman. Billy, being the good person he is, complies, and Black Adam throws the hostage into the sky. But before Billy can say his magic word, Black Adam covers his mouth to silence him. From out of nowhere, Adam is blasted by Superman's heat vision. He stopped the potential flooding after quickly freezing the water with his super cold breath. Superman and Black Adam begin fighting again, but Billy is now able to utter the magic word. Adam is beaten by Marvel, who stomps him into a crater in the street. Superman talks the captain out of murdering Adam to prevent further acts of evil. Adam declares that only death will stop him. The homeless man appears once again and reveals himself to be the boy's guardian angel, Talkie Tawny. Talkie reverts to his true form as a tiger and tells Superman and Captain Marvel that he will make sure the wizard will send Black Adam far across the universe this time. It will take 10,000 years to return. To keep from being banished even farther from Earth, Black Adam shouts Shazam, which turns him back into the mortal Teth Adam, whose body has aged during the thousands of years he has been gone. He turns to dust in front of the two superheroes. It was an apparent bluff, as Tawny admits the wizard is indeed dead. As Tawny walks away, Superman admits that Billy Batson really has some unusual friends. Billy finds himself encountering the bullies again in the alley as before. The bullies push Billy against a wall and defiantly dare him to talk back, daring him to say just one word, to which Billy replies with, Shazam! Green Arrow. Meanwhile, at Star City, Oliver Queen is running late on picking up his girlfriend from the airport. He yells at a taxi who is taking too long to drive and somehow arrives at the airport late. Just as he gets there, Oliver notices a familiar figure at the drop-off, and using his mobile AI tech, he figures out it's Merlin, the champion archer turned hired assassin. The airport is under extreme security measures since Princess Perdita of Vlatava arrived today to America. The state security tries to arrange people in order with all the cameras and autographs when the princess gets down from the escalator with her bodyguards, but no one was ready for the sudden attack with guns hidden inside the cameras. One by one, her bodyguards are taken down, and they almost kill the princess, but fortunately, the Green Arrow arrives with smoke arrows and takes down a few attackers while he escapes with the princess. It seems that Count Vertigo has hired Merlin and the attackers to assassinate Princess Perdita, Vertigo's niece. Princess Perdita is now the queen of Vlatava due to the king, Perdita's father, being assassinated by Vertigo. Green Arrow dispatches a few more henchmen of Merlin while keeping Princess Perdita safe, before having to duel Merlin himself at the runway, as they exchange blows head-on with arrows. Merlin is besting him at every turn, and they're lucky to get inside the baggage hangar just before Merlin blows up a fuel tanker. Inside the baggage belt, Arrow has to fight off another fighter who seems a lot harder than the rest, as he is quick with his jabs, and finally, Arrow manages to throw him away. At the end, They meet once again and agree to a one-off challenge. They both shoot one single arrow, and Green Arrow manages to pierce through Merlin's and knock him out with the gas dispersed. Just then, Vertigo steps in and attempts to kill both the hero and Perdita with his Vertigo effect. Right then, Black Canary arrives with her canary cry and throws Vertigo off his game and knocks him out. Seems Black Canary has been Green Arrow's girlfriend after all, and just then, he proposes to her, and even the little Queen Perdita agrees with it. She says yes, and they share a romantic kiss to sign things off. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.